Hello everyone, welcome back to the Hair by Kate YouTube channel. Today I'm going to be showing you how I style 90% of my finished color clients using my Dyson Blowdryer and a Babyliss curling iron. So stay tuned, we're going to go through all of the steps as to how to create this finished look. So the very first thing that I like to do after finishing my color application is I shampoo my client, and then after shampooing and conditioning I bring them back to my chair for styling, and then I like to work in one of my go-to mixtures as far as prep goes with styling products. For my client Noelle today, I'm using a cocktail of Olaplex number 9 and Olaplex number 6. Olaplex number 9 is amazing because it is a pollution shield, so it's going to prevent any pollutants from attaching to our client's hair. It's also going to give us heat protection, and the Olaplex number 6 is amazing for leaving the hair velvety soft and completely free of frizz. So I like to work that through mids to ends and use the last little bit of product that's left on my hands to go over the base, just to make sure that the hair gets all of these amazing benefits but also doesn't get weighed down right at the root. The first step that I like to do before I even go through and take subsections for this blowout is I do what I call a power dry. That's essentially just going to be where I take my blow dryer and work through the hair just to remove about 80 to 90% of the water before I start actually going in with a styling brush and blowing out that way. This just makes sure that I'm not working forever in these small subsections with a round brush trying to get the hair completely dry. It's just going to remove the bulk of the water before I start styling with my round brush. So now that I've completed my power dry, I am going to go through and start working in subsections. I like to start in the back and work my way up. So I'm just going to be taking about inch wide subsections and going through and blowing out with my round brush and my Dyson Blowdryer. When I actually start styling with my round brush in these subsections, I like to start at the base of the hair, or the section that's closest to the scalp, and I'm just going through and taking the hair in sections, making sure that it is all 100% dry. So I'm going to be directing my blow dryer downwards as I'm going through. This is also going to ensure that I don't have any frizz coming through and that I'm getting a really nice sleek canvas before I go in with my curling iron. I found that if I do just a rough blowout and then try to go through with a hot tool, whether it be a flat iron or a curling iron or whatever I'm going for in my finished look, if I leave the hair frizzy during the blowout stage, then the final result is going to be frizzy as well. So it's really important to go through and make sure that all of this hair is getting completely smooth and dry and free of frizz before I go in with any kind of heat styling tool, because that's going to give us a better final look. My client Noelle is one of my regular color clients, and we always do a different mix of color application services just depending on exactly what she needs. For this appointment, we left all of her existing balayage and just focused on covering the gray in her root area. So we just covered that new growth today, nothing too crazy. On Noelle, I use a 6.00 from Pulp Riot's Faction 8 permanent line. The 00 lines are amazing for giving 100% gray coverage, so I don't have to worry about any of her natural grays kind of sticking through and shining through in that base section. Sometimes we will go through and bring up her balayage or do a toner or a glaze, but we just kind of play it by ear to see exactly what she's going to need during that appointment. For today's appointment, we were very happy with the placement of her balayage still, where all of those highlights were living. Everything looked really nice. And we also felt very happy with the tone of her blonde through the mids and ends. So for this appointment, we did just elect to cover that new growth, get those grays out of there, and just keep it looking really refreshed. And that's one of my favorite things about these balayage appointments is that they can be so low maintenance for your clients, so they don't have to come in every 4 weeks and sit for a 4-hour color service. They're able to maintain this color and have it look really, really nice, even as it's growing down the head, because we are giving them such a good cohesive blend from their base color all the way down through the mids and ends. Now that I've finished the blowout section through the back of the head, I am going to be moving into the front quadrants on the side. And when I am blow drying these, I like to direct them forward, so coming towards the face and still going down, because that helps with our frizz control. But when we're directing the hair forward as we're doing the blowout, that's going to give us a lot of volume through that root or base section, because once the hair is going back towards the sides of the face where it's naturally going to lie, since that hair was over directed, we'll have a little bit of a nice bump at the root area, so we can guarantee that our clients are going to be set with a lot of nice volume around their face. One more prep step that I like to take in between completing our blowout and using our hot iron is I love to go through and prep the hair with the Shield from Amika. This is an amazing product that is actually an anti-humidity spray, so it's great for my clients living in South Florida because we deal with so much humidity as soon as we walk outside. But the Shield is also a heat protectant for up to 450 degrees. So I love being able to come in and use a dry spray as a heat protectant just to give us that extra level of protection and insurance in between our blowout and our heat styling section, because that really ensures that we aren't going to be getting any damage from our hot tools on the hair whatsoever. So now I'm going to be going through and giving Noelle some nice loose beachy waves using my Babyliss spring iron. This iron is 1.25 inches wide, so it's great for her length because Noelle obviously has a lot of long hair. So this iron is wide enough to give her that wave, but it's not so small that it's going to give her really, really tight curls. It's just going to leave us with that nice, beautiful, kind of loose Victoria's Secret model wavy look without being too tight, so it doesn't look like she's like on her way to prom. When I'm styling with a Babyliss spring iron, there are a few main tips and tricks that I always incorporate to get the best results. The first one that I want you guys to notice is I am kind of going through and smoothing the hair out first before I even start curling the hair. I just do one pass from root all the way down to the ends. And that again is just going to help make sure that there's no frizz in the hair, and go ahead and kind of warm up that section and get it prepped and ready for the curling portion. After I do that first straight pass through, then I do start going through and curling the hair around the iron. And after I've completed that curl, you'll see me go in and kind of hold that section up in place while that section is cooling down. That's going to help make sure that the curl has a little more longevity to it and it's not going to fall out as soon as I finish creating that curl. After I've gone through and curled the entire head, the final 2 steps that I like to take is going through with my framer detangling brush and just gently combing through these curls. It's just going to break them up and leave us with that nice wavy look that we're going for. And the final product that I like to use on my wavy girls is Toronto by Pulp Riot. This is their firm hold hairspray, so it just makes sure that the style lasts without being too crunchy and heavy like a lot of hairsprays leave the hair. And here is our final look. I love creating this style on my color clients because you can see so much dimension coming through in our color, and I feel like it does the best at showing the way that our color really, really looks. Thank you guys so much for hanging out and watching today. Check out the links in the description box below for more classes, and I will see you in the next video. Bye!